Hola, hola. My name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, esthetician, former Sephora employee, and avid skincare consumer coming at you towards the end of 2021. And that means VIB sales right around the corner and it's time to start shopping for the holiday season. So I'm gonna be talking to you about specifically my non-skincare and makeup related Sephora finds that I actually really want to consider buying during this VIB sale / would make really great gifts for the beauty consumer in your life. I do also want to state some of these things are actually non-Sephora related. So they're actually non-skincare makeup related things that I've just been really enjoying in general. They can get from various different places. And I'm talking things like fragrance, beauty tools, hair care, and other little self-care things. Links will be in the description box. So getting into it, I'm first gonna be talking about hair care. Cut my hair recently, so I've really been in my hair care bag, just trying to figure out what products work for me, what I'm really enjoying, what make the hairstyling process a lot easier. The first thing we're gonna talk about is a high price item. So this is definitely something you're either gonna have to get during the sale, or if you really love someone and you really want to splurge on them, these are the products to get. And these are the Dyson hair products, specifically their supersonic hair dryer and the air wrap. I got to use the hair dryer when I was at my sister's mom's house in California. Honestly, I was like, what is the hype around this $400 hair dryer? And you know what? The hype is there for a reason. It's really fun to use. It's a Dyson product, so it's weird and it's innovative, it's fun design, but it works really well. And it's a hair dryer that works very, very efficiently. It doesn't get too hot. It's not really, really loud, and it's really cool looking. So just that in itself is definitely worth the splurge. When I posted about it, I was trying to get people's opinion on what their thoughts were on it, and a lot of people said they actually preferred the air wrap over the hair dryer, because with the air wrap, especially if you have long hair and you do a lot of different things to it besides just blow dry your hair, you can curl it. You have the option of doing more of a blowout style with it. It's just one tool where you have different heads that the air can flow through. So based off that, you get a lot of different use out of it. So a lot of people really, really swear by Dyson products. The money is worth the hype. I really want to get the hair dryer. I'm not even ashamed. Talking about hair care products though, first and foremost, Pattern Beauty is now available at Sephora. Did not see that happening. Was not aware that was happening. And that's just because Pattern initially launched at Ulta. And if there's one thing about Sephora, they're all about exclusivity and being very upper level. So I was really interested to see Pattern there. Not because Pattern is an upper level, but just it was at Ulta first, and that's not exclusive to me for them to be at Sephora. Happy it's there though. Specifically, I actually bought their mini leave-in conditioner when I was in Florida, traveling in the hard water in Florida. My hair was going through it. Loved that product, and it was I would use a little bit of it on damp hair underneath my styling products, and my hair was really, really soft. It had a really nice shine to it. Definitely loved that product. It got me interested in trying some more from Pattern. Specifically, I really want to try their lightweight conditioner and see how that works as a leave-in product. So I can use that and leave that in as a leave-in product so it won't make my hair as greasy. But also the clarifying shampoo. I have been really into clarifying shampoos just because with all the product I've been using in my hair, and I'm still going about 2 or 3 days without washing my hair with the pomade and all that stuff build up. I want to see just how different clarifying shampoos work. So I want to try this one out. On a similar note, Briogeo. They actually recently sent me PR. So these are products that I've used that I've been really interested in. First and foremost, they have the Farewell Frizz Rosarco Milk Leave-In Conditioner. And this one specifically is a spray leave-in conditioner. Really interesting. It took me a minute to really understand the product, but first of all, their products always smell good. Briogeo has this thing about packaging. They do packaging really, really well. Specifically, they have these hair products that look like they're smoothies or juices. They're very aesthetically cute and misleading because you want to drink them, but they're hair care products. But this specifically was just really cool because if you have really, really thick, luscious hair, very, very curly, really wavy hair, it's a really cool product to use as you're detangling or as you're styling for multi-day wear. For me, I just like it because I can use it pre-styling when my hair is damp, and it's just convenient to and be done with it. Another product from them, I've been really on a leave-in conditioner kick. The Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Hair Mask. I just use it as a leave-in, not as a mask necessarily, and I'll use a very small amount because again, I don't have a lot of hair. It goes a very long way for me. It just makes my hair very, very soft still, gives it a lot of shine. Even with short hair, I can use them and go 2 or 3 days without washing, be fine. And then a tool from them. This is one that I didn't realize was as necessary as it is in my routine. It's a wide tooth detangling comb, and I don't use it for detangling because I don't have lots to detangle, but actually it's a styling tool because it's very wide tooth that as you're styling your hair, especially if you have a clay or pomade in, it gives a very similar impression to finger combing your hair. So it gives a much more natural tousled look to the hair. I've been really enjoying that with the specific style of hair that I've been doing recently. Next we have VIB, and VIB is a brand I've actually used for a long time. That was one of the first hair care brands I got into at Sephora because back in that day, the products were $14, and now they've slowly gone up. But basically the shtick with VIB is that nothing in the brand, in the line is over $18 now. Specifically, the line I used back then was the Ghost line, and so you had like a shampoo and conditioner. They had a really good hair oil. Still swear by those. What I want to get into trying, because now that I have shorter hair and I'm playing around with blow drying and straightening it, they have a heat protectant. Definitely want to try that out because I do have a loyalty to the brand. Their sea spray was really nice. I like that, especially with creating like, you know, really nice texture and volume in the hair. Their sculpting clay is one that I actively still use. My boyfriend left his, so I've been using that to style my hair, and it just works really, really well. Surprisingly, $18 for a good sculpting clay is very affordable, I've come to find out, and I definitely would repurchase that. One thing I really want to try out from them, they have a hydrate and repair hair kit. I didn't know they had a hydrate line in my Sephora that didn't carry it, and one thing I found is that my hair is very dehydrated and brittle, so I have to constantly work on hydrating and locking in that moisture. That's why the deep conditioners and leave-ins are working really well for me, so would want to try this out. But my thing with VIB is that it's really affordable, so if you have someone in your life that is really into hair care, you don't want to drop a lot of money on like Bumble and Bumble or Way, VIB is a really great line as a stocking stuffer. And plus they have a good amount of kits that feature minis of their products, so you can get like a variety of products in a mini kit. That's a great stocking stuffer, or if you just want to try it out and not like dedicate to full-size bottles, great options. Next, getting on to tools. Beauty tools are fun. Beauty tools make self-care really interesting, whether it's skincare, hair care, or otherwise. And the first ones we're gonna talk about are skincare related, and the first ones are obviously gonna be Foreo. And Foreo is self-care luxury to the max. It's extra. If you didn't watch, I did a couple ads with them at the beginning of the year. Those were sponsored, but I did those ads because I'd actually used Foreo for, how old am I now? 8 years now. I got my first Foreo when I was 19, and it really revolutionized the way that I approached cleansing my skin, and just in doing that, improving that quality of my skincare routine, I saw huge improvement in my skin, and therefore I actually do swear by the efficacy of Foreo. Just in that, it really encourages you to cleanse a lot more effectively and for a longer time. Just a really fun little self-care moment. It is glamour, it is luxury, it's extra as heck, but sometimes that makes skincare fun. And so I have their Luna 3 Men. They have a bunch of different Luna 3s, depending on if you have more sensitive skin or whatever. To me, the differences in them, I don't really know because I haven't used all of them. Realistically, if you have one, you've used all of them. But the one I use and the one I have is the Luna 3 for Men. Love it. What I got to try as a result of doing that ad was their UFO though. And that was interesting and that was fun. It's a little like hockey puck looking thing. On top of the pulsations that it features, it also has a cryo and a thermo feature, so it can get really, really cold or really, really warm. And so that really helps with like revitalizing the skin. It like makes massaging your face like a very different experience because it's like including temperature in it now, so it can really depuff or really help to like warm up and relax the muscles depending on which setting you use. The idea is you use it with like a serum or a mask underneath it, so like you're also enhancing the penetration or effectiveness of those ingredients. So to me, it's like levels of things on top of each other, which make it really, really effective, really, really interesting, really, really cool. Do you need it? No. But does it make your skincare really, really fun? Yes. To an extent, it can actually improve your skincare routine, but it's one of the things where like I would only recommend it if you really want to be extra, or if you know someone who's really into skincare and they have the bare essentials and you want to just like spice things up a little bit. Foreo is really where it's at. I have brushes written here just because every once in a while, sometimes you need to just like revamp your brush collection, slash if you're like me and you're really lazy about washing your brushes, you can never have too many makeup brushes. First ones I have are Sephora. And the thing with Sephora is Sephora brushes, like Sephora collection brushes, are actually really great quality. They have the single like artist collection, like the pro ones, amazing, last you forever if you take care of them really well. They're actually really useful for like makeup professionals, but their makeup brush like sets are everything, especially for someone who's just getting into makeup. You don't have like a fully realized like, brush collection yet. They are generally really affordable and still really, really high quality. So if you have someone like, for example, like a teenager just getting into makeup, or you have someone who, you know, likes makeup and they need more tools, the Sephora brush collection set, everything, you can't go wrong. On top of that, I have Fenty brushes. And my thing with Fenty brushes are, they're expensive. Are they worth it? High key, yes. A, they're really cute, but B, they're also really nice quality. And I don't have a lot. I think I only have 2 of their brushes and I want to get more of them. I want their like powder brush, their sculpting brush, their shark tooth brush, their eye brushes. Just that in itself is like $200 worth of brushes. Am I gonna get all of them at once? No. But am I gonna get all of them on sale? Maybe. Fenty website does also do their own sales sporadically throughout the year, but realistically get them during the Sephora sale because you get your VIB points. One thing I need them to do, I just need a brush set. Sell them all together at once in one set. That would make it much more worth it to me, and plus you probably pay a much better price for like all of them at once as opposed to getting all of them individually. And next let's talk about self-care, because to me, beauty, the whole ritual of that, a lot of it is self-care, but your self-care in that regard can extend just beyond putting on skincare and doing makeup. First and foremost, Something that's really interesting right now is that candles are really hot at Sephora. That's a very recent thing. Starting first of all with Forever Mood, Miss Jackie Aina's candle collection. They're really, really cute. They're very aesthetic. The thing about Jackie is that she is all about the vibes, the look, the luxury of it all, and that really carries on to the candle collections. You know, there's different scents for different moods. You have all the different colors of them. I think they're a really cool aesthetic piece. Beyond just being really cute candles, they're a good like decorative statement as well. Black owned candle business, worth it. This one is like if you're really into fragrance. Maison Margiela, the replica, their fragrances actually have candles that go with them. I did not know that. I have a very specific fragrance profile I'm into, and I'll get into that in the next section, but they have candles that they sell. I don't know if they're at every Sephora. They're on Sephora's website. The ones that I would want to get, Jazz Club and By the Fireplace. I like really warm scents. I like really warm profiles. Those are the replica fragrances I like the most. And those are also, what it's really cool is that they're unisex candles are also really great default gifts, because I don't think I've ever met someone who doesn't like their home to smell good. And last one was actually really interesting. I just found this one out today. Way, the hair care brand, has candles. I don't dislike Way hair care. To me, it's just really expensive, but the thing that stands out the most of them for me is that they smell delicious. They smell great. So knowing they have candles, game changer. I haven't smelled them in person, so I can't make a statement as to whether or not they smell good or not, but just that concept, I'm very into. Very into that idea. Packaging for them is very simple, very minimalistic, but that's also a safe bet because then it's not gonna clash with decor or anything. Yeah, if you know someone who loves to smell Away products, they got candles. And then getting into a little bit of body care. If you haven't watched my skincare version of this video, talking about my favorite Sephora items that you can get for the sale or for the holiday season, I did mention a couple body care products, but some ones I'm gonna mention for this run right now. Glow Recipe AHA body lotion, everything. That lotion smells so good. It has that like watermelon, that tart like aroma that's like in all their watermelon products, and it's a very nice, lightweight, but very nourishing body cream. You also have some very gentle exfoliating benefits, so it does help to resurface. So it's great if you have texture, pigmentation, breakouts on your body, a nice lotion for that. I love putting it on before bed because I just smell so good, and it's one of those things where it's like as you're falling asleep, that's a smell that you smell. So it's like a very sensorial self-care experience. Fenty also has a body cream, Butter Drop Whipped Oil Body Cream. Similar vibes to the Glow Recipe one, honestly. For me, the biggest difference is the scent profile. This one from Fenty smells a lot like their Hydra Visor. Still very tropical, still very fruity. Again, with Fenty, it's all about sensory. It's all about the like feeling of the skin. They're both very similar vibes to me. It's just which one do you prefer the most? With the Glow Recipe, you're getting the added benefits of actual actives included, so you're getting a little bit more of like a skin treating benefit to it. The Fenty one is just a little bit more straightforward. It's very nourishing, very moisturizing, no exfoliants, but they both just smell really great. So Necessaire, I actually haven't used. This is one I actually want to try. My boyfriend really wants to get it too. But they have a body serum with hyaluronic acid, so it's intended to be very, very hydrating, and then a body cream. It's extra, it's over the top. Self-care can be, and that's the fun of it, honestly. I don't think they're fragranced, first of all, but also like a body serum, I would just take my skincare serums and use it on my body. But if you want to be extra, get a body serum. But I've seen so much hype around this brand on skincare social media. Like all my skincare friends just love this brand, and I have never used it. As an influencer, also influenced, so I want to try it out because I see all my friends loving it. So this is the one I want to try that I haven't tried yet. And the last category is fragrance. I've been getting in my fragrance bag this year, definitely wanting to explore more of that, just because I guess in the last year or two I really realized like fragrance in skincare to me is really important as a whole sensory thing. And then going off that, I'm like, why don't I incorporate more fragrance into my life in general, you know, like really get into perfumes and parfum and explore what I really, really enjoy. And at this point, I know I have it down what scent profiles I'm really, really into. Kind of talking about what fragrances I actually would want to get / would recommend. Specifically at Sephora, this is the last of like the Sephora based items. Maison Margiela, the replica fragrances. Again, I mentioned I really like their Jazz Club / By the Fireplace, and those are warm profiles. Specifically for Jazz Club, you get Pink Pepper, Rum Absolute, Tobacco Leaf Absolute. Do I know what that means? No. But if you like those smells, in there. And then By the Fireplace, again, very, very warm, but more like woodsy, more cedary. You have clove oil, chestnut accord, and vanilla accord. As the scent sets into the skin and wears throughout the day, the profile also shifts as well. They're very, very complex. And they're also not cheap, so get these during the sale. But getting into the non-Sephora based ones now, one of the ones that I've loved for a very long time is from Le Labo. It's their Bergamot 22. I discovered this because I got a Le Labo set from a friend as like a Christmas present. So like they do actually have these like little mini gift sets. You get 5 samples for like $20. Amazing stocking stuffer, first of all, but you get a good sampler of trying out like different Labo fragrances. And I liked Santal, one of their other ones. Like, I liked it a lot, but Bergamott's what really stood out to me. This is one I've bought every year when I can get it on sale. And this is actually the first year I haven't bought it because I still have a bottle that I haven't gone through yet. But it's just a sweeter, more citrusy smell to it. I love bergamot. And it's weird that bergamot's one of my favorites when it's actually a very citrusy note. Like, bergamot is citrus, but I love it in like a sweeter context. And this is to me like a really good daytime fragrance. But one of the fragrances I discovered this year are like fragrance houses that I've been obsessed with and has been, I think it's gonna be my signature for a long time anyways, is a house called Penhaligon's. It's like a UK based perfumery house. And I discovered it because James Welsh talked about it and a few other UK creators were talking about it. You can get it in the US, I think through Saks, but here in the UK it's available. It's a standalone. It's also at Harrods, it's at Selfridges. The two that I got and they really stood out to me are Hafeti Leather, which is bergamot, as well as leather and oud together. It's a very warm, semi-spice smell to it, and that's like the signature. That's my favorite now. Like, I just douse myself in that and I get so many compliments on it. That's a more dark fragrance to me that's really, really nighttime. On top of that, there's another one called Bewitching Yasmin, and this one is jasmine, incense, and oud. It's smoky, it's a little bit woody to me, but there's also a sweetness to it that sometimes smells like a roasting marshmallow. They're not cheap, I will be very upfront. I think these are like 200 something pound each, but to me, a smell like that is worth it. They definitely project and they last for a very long time. And so these have been investments in me exploring like fragrance and whatnot, just because that is such a statement and a very, very big element of self-care to me. That to me is worth it. So if you are personally into fragrance, check out these brands. Penhaligon's, if you can get your hands on Penhaligon's, get up in a store and smell a few different fragrances from them. I do recommend, because they also do have like lotions and candles as well. I'm gonna check out the candles next time I go to Harrods. Fragrances are really cool gifts to get. A lot of these houses have different little sets or mini versions, like little rollerballs, for example. I know Replica has those. Great stocking stuffers, and I think giving the gift of like fragrance to someone is really cool because they also get to explore something new. And to me, I associate fragrance with people, so I've gotten like fragrances from people that every time I smell that now, I just think of them. As an adult now, I'm really happy I'm getting into because it makes me feel more like adult. So with that, that is the last of my what I recommend getting at Sephora for the VIB sale / holiday season. I will be having a best of skincare series going live in a few weeks, really recounting what my favorite skincare products of the whole year were, Sephora and otherwise. So stay tuned if you're still looking for more skincare products for you or someone else. This is just what I recommend getting at Sephora if Sephora is where you're at and you want to get them VIB points, especially during the sale. But let me know down below in the comments, what other non-skincare makeup related beauty items are you really into? Sound off. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Leave it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.